Hi everyone, so this is my next album. This is all about Macau, from when we went back in October to China. We only went for a day, so I only did a small scrapbook, and I actually found one of the scrapbooks that I don't particularly like using, but I thought it'd be a waste if I didn't use them. So this hopefully should be the last one that I use of this particular size, just because I find doing layouts really difficult. Because I don't cut down my photos, you can only tend to get 2 photos on one page, so the layouts tend to be the same over and over again, which can get a little bit tedious. But I enjoyed making it nonetheless, and in the future I'll stop using these ones, and I have found another size that I particularly like for my small trips away. So on the front cover, it's literally just some coloured paper and a nice watercolour print that I found from Google, so I just printed that off. I printed off Macau just in black bold letters and underlined it with some washi tape, and then these nice lilac stickers, these came from Jolie's boutique, and they're really nice, they're really glittery as well, so they're throughout the book as well. So I've just kept this page clean and white. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I probably will just keep it plain, to be honest. But this page here, I've got a map from Macau. It was really hard to find like maps and leaflets and information from Macau. I don't know why, we just couldn't find anything for it. So I ended up printing off a map from Google, and then I just wrote Macau day trip on the side there. I just used 2 washi tapes in this album, which are these 2 from Poundland, and they're actually from the same collection there as well. And then the paper, again, is just bits and pieces from my stash from all sorts of different random booklets that I get from Hobbycraft, The Range and Poundland and places like that. So they're not a particular collection as such. So this page is just about how we got there in our journey, really. So this is a leaflet about the bus that we took. So we were really lucky and we were able to take the brand new HZM bridge that connects Hong Kong and Macau, because before this the only way of getting there was a ferry that took about an hour, and I do like ferries, but I was just a bit conscious about rough seas, so it was a really good sort of chance for us to use this bridge, just because it had just literally opened. So it was really fun. It was really easy as well, and I definitely recommend it. They didn't have much information in English. We just sort of guessed our way, and I did watch some YouTube videos on how to get there, really. But it was really fun, and it wasn't too expensive. I think it was about £6.50 English pounds per person to get there. So I just used these little sticky tabs. These came from Wilko's in like a stationery set, and then I just stamped using the miniature alpha stamps that I got from Hobbycraft. No, I didn't. I got them from the range. They came from the range. They come in like little cubes of little fonts of alpha stamps. So I use them just to stamp on Macau day trip. And then next to it is a little travel stamp of like a little map, which I thought was cute. And I think I got those from the range as well. So this page, so basically because it's such a new bridge and such a new way of people getting to Macau, they didn't have much signpostage around about how to get there, so they just put up makeshift ones. So I just took a picture of one of the signs to get onto which bus we needed, and then these are just our tickets to get on the bus. So obviously we've got one each, and it's this one's from Hong Kong to Macau. And then these little journaling cards, these came from Hobbycraft. They're not my sort of style, really. Just they're very bold. I'm not like, I don't know, they're just not something I would have normally picked up, but because they were so cheap, they were about a pack of 20 for 50p or something like that, and they had all different colours and styles and stuff. So I thought for something so cheap, they are good for little journaling cards and stuff, because obviously this has got a nice big speech bubble and the colour theme went, so it was good for this. And I've still got loads left, obviously, so they'll make an appearance, and as I said, they were worth it for 50p. And I've also managed to use up some of my blue and purple flower stickers that I've had for about 8 years that I'm just trying to get rid of, really. So these were our first sort of views on the bus. So this is the bridge that we were going to cross, and it does go underwater for the majority of the time, so that was quite fun. And then this is the first views of Macau from when we were driving into the island as such. These little labels, these came from the works, again, probably about 5 years ago, and I've only just got around to sort of using them. So I'm just trying to use up some bits and pieces because I'm really pedantic with my stash. I sort of think, oh no, I'll wait and use that. I'll use that for that destination, I'll use that for that city. But then I think, well, I always collect new stuff anyway. So by the time I come round to actually going to that place, I've got too much stuff, and I should have just used the stuff in the first place. So I've started to try and use things more and just get over my obsession of trying not to use them and use them for certain places. So again, this is just another little journaling card that came from that pack from Hobbycraft. And I thought it was cute because it just says, here's the story. So I just wrote about what we had to do to get the tickets. And then these are our visas. They don't stamp your passports, they just give you this little visa card, which I thought was nice because obviously then I can put it in my scrapbook. And again, I just used these travel stamps and the alpha stamps to sort of title these little sticky notes. So we got round Macau by the bus and walking really. We didn't like the buses at all. They kept, there's very like stop and start and swerving and a bit quick, and my partner felt a bit sort of car sick after a while, and we had a bit of a nightmare with it because we thought we got on the right bus, and we did, but we got it on the wrong direction, so it dropped us off at this bus terminal in the middle of nowhere, and we had no idea where we were, and we couldn't walk back. It was too far to walk back, so we had to wait around for another bus to take us all back to the start again. So that's why I've just put on here the bus nightmare, and I've taken a picture of the buses. And then I do get this travel magazine through my door every week, and they had an article about Macau, so I was able to cut that out and use it as like a header. And these are just some pictures of pictures of Macau from when we were driving around on the bus to get there. So that's the Macau Tower, and that's just the big highways they have there. And then this is just a nice sticker that came in like a pack. It just says, do more things that make you happy. So this is the main square, Senado Square. We got there really early in the morning, and it wasn't too busy, which was good, so we got some nice photos. But it's really European, so the buildings look like something you'd find in like Lisbon or you know, a city in Portugal, because obviously Macau used to be owned by Portugal, so it's got a very European feel to it, which was nice. So it was weird though, because obviously the signs were in Chinese, Portuguese and English, so it was really strange, but it was really fun. So yes, just some nice pictures of the buildings. And then this is one of the famous churches there. This is St. Dominic Church. It's really colourful, so it was nice to stop by and get some photos of that. And this particular paper in the background, I've had this for years, probably about 8 years now. It's it's really thick. I can't think what sort of material it is, but you can't write on it really because the pen would sink into it. It's not a good material to write on. It's almost like parchment paper, but thicker. It's like spongy. It's strange, but I've had it for years, and I just thought I need to use this up. I've got loads of different colours, and this was the purple pack, so I decided to use them up in this album. And then we walked up to the Montefort castle, which allowed you to see the whole sort of area from above, which was really, really fun. It was completely free, so we were just had a stroll up there, but they had a nice statue at the bottom. And then this was the packaging that came from my magnet that I bought from a souvenir shop. And this little label, again, had these for years, come from the works. They came in a massive pack of all different colours and styles and designs. So I've used a few of them in here. So these are the views you get from the top of the Montefort. As you can see for miles, and you see how densely populated the city is. It was really cool, and we were really lucky with the weather because obviously it wasn't cloudy, it wasn't foggy at all. You could see for miles, which was really nice. There's some more pictures of the cannons, because it was an old military base, so it was nice to see all the cannons and things there. And then on our agenda, we wanted to go and see like the gambling district of Macau, because obviously it's known as like the Las Vegas of China. And you could actually see one of the big casinos they have, which is the Casino Lisboa, and that's the top of it, almost like a pineapple. That's like the leaves at the top of the pineapple, so you could see that. So it was fun to sort of see where we was going to head into afterwards. But we went to the ruins of St. Paul pretty early on, because we didn't want it to get too crowded. So it was really nice to see, and it was really odd because it's literally just like a shell of a church. It just has the front, it doesn't have anything else out. You just walk through the doors and you can see the view of the city. But it was really, really nice. It's the #1 tourist attraction in Macau. So I just used some alpha stickers at the top there to write St. Paul's, and again I've used this parchment sort of thick paper for the background of that one. And there's just some more pictures. Again, that's going up the stairs, you can sit on the stairs, and that's from the stairs looking down. And that's just me picturing me and Joe in front of it. I've just put #1 here because obviously it's the #1 thing to do when you're in Macau. And then we just spent sort of the couple of hours afterwards just sort of wandering around, just sort of seeing the streets of Macau and seeing like the local life, because we weren't in any rush. There wasn't too much to do, so we were just sort of having a wander really. But the streets were really fun. As I said, it had a really European feel. So we were just looking at all the different houses and all these skyscrapers of flats and stuff. It was crazy to see literally people are living on top of each other. It's so densely populated. And then we wandered into the sort of like the quirky sort of side of town, like the old town almost. And there was a load of street art all over the walls and little fountains and memorials and all sorts. So it was really nice just to sit down and sort of take it in. They had like a little stamp on the street, so I just used like a receipt or something to stamp and cut it out, put it in there. And these are just some more pictures of the streets that we wandered down. It was really quiet. I'm not too sure why it was so quiet. I don't know if it was due to the riots in Hong Kong or if it was just a particular quiet day, but it was really hot. It wasn't in the middle of like the quiet season or anything. And these are just some nice pictures. The local area is called Taipa. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it was nice. It was all cobbled streets and little colourful buildings and stuff. So some nice pictures, nice fountain. And some more wall art. So these are just some Macau coins. I can't pronounce their currency, but we did change a few. I think we changed about 30 or 40 pound just to get some of the currency really, because we like to keep the currency. And we did obviously spend some of it, but we had some coins left over. And then this is just a Macau flag that I got from a souvenir shop. It's just a sticker. And these are just some lovely little local streets with all people's houses, and they had flowers everywhere and their dogs were all just sitting outside. It was just really pretty, and everything seemed quite sort of open and relaxed. And we went down this really busy street and that had a load of restaurants and bars and stuff like that. This was the busiest we'd seen it. The rest of the town was really, really quiet, but this side seemed to be heaving with people, and this is probably where all the tourists were. We actually had lunch down here, so this street here just had signposts everywhere about like pastel de natas and bakeries and souvenir shops and little places for lunch and stuff. So we had a wander around there, and we actually found somewhere to eat lunch, which is, we had these, which are typical of Macau, which is a pork chop roll. It's literally just a lovely bread roll with a pork chop inside. It was really simple. But it was fun. These are just the packets that they came in. I wanted to keep the packet, but it was a bit too greasy and I didn't know how it would end up after a few weeks in my scrapbook, and I didn't want it to, you know, rot in my scrapbook. So I didn't keep them in the end, but I did keep what our hand towels came in, which are these little pocket things. So I just kept that, just because I think this is the place that we went to eat. They didn't have a business card or anything like that, but it matches that, so I think that's the name of the place that we went to. So this is just the actual roll, and we weren't really sure what to eat really. There wasn't loads of different places to eat. There was a lot of snacky things, but nothing like to sit down. So we were quite happy just to take this away and go and sit on a bench and just enjoy it. And it was really nice. It was all we sort of needed for a lunch. And then because obviously it's Portuguese orientated in Macau, we had to get some pastel de natas because we loved them. So we went to this really lovely place. And it had really nice souvenirs, like free memorabilia that you could take away. So this is like the packet that our pastel de natas came in. They were like put in a box and then wrapped up in this lovely paper, so I kept that. And then they obviously gave us a receipt, which was nice because it's all crisp and I don't think it will fade. So yeah, it's just really lovely. And then that's just a napkin from the place that we went, and then these are pictures of our pastel de natas. They were really nice, and we got some drinks as well, and we just sat on another bench and just sort of watched the world go by whilst you have some pastel de natas. And they also had like these postcards as like business cards in their shop, so I managed to get one, and on the back it literally just has like their opening times, their address, and little bits and pieces, so it's really nice to keep. So I just literally stapled it to like I cut down a piece of paper and stapled it in, so it creates like an extra page. And then we went over to the sort of gambling district. I think it's Cotai, I think that's how I pronounce it. But we literally just walked across, I don't know what that is. We literally just walked across and went to the Casino Lisboa, and then we managed to get a bus across to the big area where all the major hotels and casinos were. So these were just some of the tuk-tuks that were lined up outside the Casino Royale, Casino Lisboa. And then this is just another Macau currency note. So that was nice because it also has Macau in it. So there's just some pictures of the Casino Lisboa. It was amazing. All the lights were on, even though it was the middle of the day. They had all the lights blaring. So got some nice pictures of it. And this was a postcard. We didn't think this was going to get to our house, just because we went into a random hotel and was like, do you send postcards? No, yeah, we can send it, but it might take about 2-3 weeks. And we were a bit worried about the language barrier, so we had no hopes of this getting here, but it did. We literally just wrote on there, but I won't show the back of it because obviously it's got our address. But these are more pictures of the Casino Lisboa. So this is like the hotel bit, I think, and it's stretched all across the road. And then this was like the pineapple that you could see the top of from the fort. And it was so hot under here because all the sun was like shining on all of this, and it was like bouncing off. But it was really cool to see. It was amazing. It was massive. And then as I said, we got the bus over to the major gambling district, and we went in one of the hotels just to have a look around really. They had a big shop, like shopping mall and stuff in there. We did go over to the Venetian and another one as well, but we didn't look around too much. We just sort of had a wander really. But the hotels are amazing. Like the Galaxy seemed to be like the most extravagant, and it literally, you could live in there. They had shopping malls, fountains, restaurants, casinos obviously. It was insane. Like it must have cost absolutely millions to build it. But they had like this random like show, this diamond fountain show, where it sort of for 10 minutes it just did this really cool like fountain like presentation of music and stuff, so people were all watching that. And then these are just our tickets when we went home. So again, we didn't really take too many pictures of the gambling district because we weren't too sure what we could and couldn't take a picture of. And it was really posh, so we felt a little bit out of place, and we were literally just there to take photos. But it was really cool to see. We actually managed to get a free bus back to the port. I don't know how, but we literally just asked reception the best way of getting back. at this random hotel, and they were just told us to get on this free bus that would take us to the town and then get on another free bus to the port. So that's what we did. But these are just our tickets to get back to Hong Kong, and I've just put one last picture of the Casino Lisboa there. And yeah, so that was our day trip to Macau. So as I said, it was only small, but I hope that's given you a little bit more of an insight about Macau, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you.